All right. Hello again. I'm Kieran. This is Brent, and this is Bear. Today we're going to be discussing the Netflix Daredevil TV show, going over our thoughts, just having a bit of a discussion about it, and yeah, I guess we'll get straight into it. So I suppose we'll start with my thoughts on the show. I thought it was fantastic. I do feel like it maybe peaked a little bit at the start as opposed to the end. I did quite like the end, and I'm not at all concerned with saying this is the best superhero TV show ever.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's, what else? Smallville, Arrow, Gotham, Flash.
Oh, Gotham's up there.
Arrow's probably number 2. And that's like a far way below. Like, I didn't mind Arrow for a little while, but it
started off good.
Yeah, drags, and it has moments of cool stuff, great stuff.
It's the
but
best live action superhero TV show.
I couldn't comment on that. I haven't seen enough animated stuff, but yeah. Okay, we'll say live action, because I think I've seen every live action, like, mainstream one. Maybe there's some obscure shit out there, but...
Yeah.
I think the only thing I haven't seen is Gotham, but I'm not touching that with 10-foot pole.
Yeah, no, Gotham is garbage, as we said in our last video.
Yeah.
Fuck Gotham.
We'll probably say in every video.
Yeah.
Because it's that bad.
Yeah. Says the guy who hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
But no, I've told you all about it. Yeah, so I thought it was fantastic. I can't wait to see the rest of, like, this little sub Netflix universe,
which is still part of the shared universe, as we found out.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And something I wish they maybe touched more on the TV show.
I remember seeing one of the showrunners, it was Drew Goddard or whoever it was, just saying, we want to make sure it's its own thing before we put anyone else into it. Yeah. So they wanted to keep the references quite obscure, which I guess is fair enough, and it works very much on its own. I think you got a few episodes in, and Brent said to you, "This is part of the MCU." You're like, "What?"
Yeah, it was such a small little reference.
But it is, you could, if you didn't, like, I knew before, so I was like,
I remember them saying that because of the destruction of New York, and for some reason in my head it just clicked like 9/11. I'm like, they bring up a lot at the start of the season. They don't really mention in the second half of the season. It's not really mentioned at all. But the first time it's brought up quite a few times.
There is one bit where Ben Urich's holding his sign, and it's a full-on, like a snapshot from a scene of Avengers.
Yeah, that big whale thing.
That's the whale thing. The entire time in the series as well. And
I didn't notice it to the end.
Yeah, there's another shot of, like, the Hulk, like, destroying things as well.
I missed that one. I think you mentioned it, but I will just say before we go any further, we're going to do a non-spoiler video and then a spoiler video. So this will be kind of in 2 parts. So let's avoid spoilers so I don't have to bleep you out or anything. Doesn't matter if you do, but I'll fix it up. But yeah, so just try and give your thoughts. We'll try and go over as much as we can, characters, plot, yada, yada, yada. So yeah, I loved it. What did you think?
Yeah, I really liked it. I think one thing that it really works for is its episode length. We talked about Arrow before, how it has good moments, and then it's got a whole bunch of garbage with like 1 or 2 good moments. And I think that's the episode length. It's like twice as long, so there's that much more filler. If you cut Arrow down in half, it'd be a lot better.
Yep.
And I think Daredevil, it doesn't really have anything in it.
Oh, you mean like the number of episodes?
Yeah, yes. I thought he was talking about, like, aren't they the same length?
Yeah.
Like,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yep.
Arrow should be 12 episodes.
Yeah.
It would benefit a lot.
Absolutely.
But
a lot of shows should be 12 episodes.
I can't think of any show that should be 22.
Just fucking sitcom Lost it.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Lost, but even then it got better when it shortened. It got tighter, so yeah. Anything else you have to say before we go to Bear?
I like the intro.
Yes.
Oh, that's so well done.
Yeah.
That's so well done.
It reminds me of Hannibal so badly.
It does, and I actually had a look at this today. The production team because obviously it's third parties who do TV show intros, it's not the actual team.
Yeah.
And there were a few campaigning to get, we want to do the Daredevil one. And it was the guys who did True Detective.
Oh,
They're the
shit.
ones. Yeah, I thought I'm like, oh, it's got to be the Hannibal people.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's so similar, but
Yeah.
I guess that would probably be too similar. So you know, but yeah, True
Crazy.
Detective guys, and I reckon True Detective's got one of the best intros
It's
for
one
any
of the
TV
best
show.
I've seen in recent years.
Yeah.
for sure.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I thought it was fucking great as well. Don't know how much I can say without like fucking spoilers or anything.
Yeah.
I think the start of the series was really good. It dipped probably near the end,
Yeah.
especially second, third last episode.
Yep.
I thought was not that great, but the rest were all great, amazing, and yeah, it's just a great fucking show. Like, I think we can all agree it's what fucking Gotham should have been.
Yeah.
Batman
Yeah.
Year One.
Yeah.
It should have been, and I feel like spoilers. Can't fucking say it, but there are references. I felt like homages towards Batman Year One.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
Well, I think there was a lot of like I've not read this comic, but I think it's The Man Without Fear.
Yes, it
That-
is.
yeah.
I've read,
I read
half of it.
Any Daredevil at all.
I haven't either, so I haven't really read much of anything. But yeah, I saw a picture of the suit from The Man
Exactly
Without
the
Fear.
same.
It's very similar. Also, it's very similar to, I don't know if when I was a kid, I used to watch the Incredible Hulk TV show.
Yeah.
My mum loved that show, and
The Lou Ferrigno one.
yeah. And when the show finished, they made a bunch of TV movies.
Yep.
They had one with Thor, and they had one with Daredevil. And the one with Daredevil, he wears exactly the same suit as in this show for most of it.
I kind of want to see that.
Like honestly, have a
yeah.
I'll get it up now.
I kind of want to see that.
Yeah, keep talking amongst yourselves, and I'll
I
show you.
The outfit does kind of look like Iron Fist's
Yeah.
outfit. Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
I thought it was pretty grounded, although I kept thinking, you know, the skin tight jumper he was wearing? I kept thinking Dexter.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, yeah, but I thought the mask was cool and it was pretty simple and yeah, I just liked the
I
suit a
just
lot.
kept thinking, how do not more people realize it's him?
Yeah.
It's a black guy.
And he does. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I like the. It's a spoiler, I can't say.
Yeah, it's kind of like, who would not think, why is his eyes covered?
That black guy we know keeps disappearing and not answering his phone.
Yeah.
That guy has a very similar voice. Oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when he did the.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's like,
That's,
yeah. But I guess, I mean, they probably drew inspiration from, hopefully I put a picture up. I remember to do that. But,
He won't remember to do that.
you liked Wesley.
yeah,
Yes.
Wesley, he was cool.
Yeah.
Would have liked to have seen a bit more of him. He was, I don't know if you guys have seen Banshee. Probably not.
I recognized him from John Wick.
Ah,
Yeah.
I saw that recently. I don't.
He was one of the Russian brothers.
Okay.
He was like the well-to-do one.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had tried to look up, like I was on Wikipedia looking at the cast list, and the actor's name was there, but it had no hyperlink.
Ah.
It doesn't even have a Wikipedia page, which is strange.
Just use IMDb like a normal person looking at movies.
I like Wikipedia.
You fucking idiot though.
No, because I don't know, it's cleaner. I like it. I prefer it.
It's not.
It is. It is. Fuck IMDb. That's fine.
IMDb is better on your phone, that's why.
Yeah.
You're always on a computer. If I'm on my
Yeah.
phone, why IMDb it?
Oh.
Or I guess we'll kind of break it down into kind of subtopics. So the action.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, like
So good. Everyone would have heard of the corridor scene.
yeah, which
It's
is
great.
online. I think they released that corridor scene online, and actually,
That's the thing is with the action throughout the series, it peaks at the corridor scene, and it shows two very different styles of action. Like the first couple of episodes are very like the Eastern way of filming action.
Yep.
Like you don't move the camera around, you just sit it and like show the entire thing flow. It's very, if anyone's seen Old Boy, it looks
Yeah.
very similar to that. Like I know other people thought
And
that
the
too.
Raid,
People have, yeah,
which is
definitely
a
the Raid.
Indonesian film.
Yeah, that corridor scene just
and
screams
then
a raid.
later in the series, it goes back to like the Western style of action, where it's like quick cuts
Yeah.
continuously. I'm like, this isn't as good.
It's not as good, but I feel like it didn't quite go all the way back, if you know what I mean. I feel like it was...
I think in the final episode, it did.
Yeah?
That fight. Like,
Okay.
I was watching it with that in mind.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't...
Yeah.
I felt like it didn't go all the way back. Like I'm very particular about my action, and it did definitely peak at the start.
Yeah.
Especially with that corridor scene, and even like the little fights that he has.
I hope people like praise that so much they do more of that in season 2.
I think
That's what I'm
Yeah.
I think it's
will.
blown up quite a bit
Everyone
on the
calls
net.
it the corridor scene.
Yeah.
People who haven't seen it know it.
It's amazing.
It's really good, especially for TV.
Yeah, and I was reading something today, and when I was watching it, like I always think about this shit when I see continuous shots. I'm like, okay, there was the cut. There was the cut.
Yeah.
I was like, they probably did this in about 3 shots, which is still, getting it to flow, really impressive. No,
Yeah.
it was actually 1 shot.
All one shot.
Which,
That's
like-
so good.
Yeah,
What was there? Probably 8 people in that scene. Oh, nah, more.
yeah, I guess if you count the people that don't kind of come into the middle.
Yeah, like including everyone. So everyone was on cue. Everyone did it perfect. And it's a fair achievement.
And there's I think he was saying like he would like run in and his stunt double would come out and then do like crazy shit and then go back in
cool.
and then so that's how they kind of kept it flowing the whole time. So, but yeah, it was flawlessly done. And the fact that they did it in 1 shot, it almost seems redundant to do it because it would have been easy to cut it into 3.
Quite
but
easily.
I'm that much more impressed by it
Yeah.
that they put that effort in, and I think it took them a few days just to do that.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that, I tried to Google who the choreographer was. Fucking nothing.
Couldn't find it. No,
Yeah.
damn.
Because I wanted to know if it was the same like guy who did Old Boy and those
Yeah.
like South Korean
Yeah.
movies. It was very South Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I want to see more of that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Especially if anyone's seen Snowpiercer.
Still
Yeah, I
haven't
haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. That's it's made by the South Korean, and like it shows in the action.
Yeah.
I'm hoping like more of that style action bleeds over into like the Western style,
Yeah.
because it's where Western like films and TV shows
Let down.
suffer. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we'll talk about the characters. So, I absolutely loved Daredevil, played by Charlie Cox.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. He
Perfect.
absolutely he is Daredevil now. Like
Yeah.
I was like, oh, am I going to be? I was going to be thinking about the Ben Affleck one, or am I going to get caught up on it? But not at all. He, like, just from the get-go, I was like, this guy's fantastic. He was great as Daredevil. He was great as Matt Murdock.
Yeah.
Like, there was no kind of weak link. Like, you get the old Batman, Michael Keaton one.
Yeah.
He's a okay Batman, not a very good Bruce Wayne. And then you get Christian Bale, who's kind of the opposite.
Yeah.
Even though I quite like him as Batman, most people don't. But yeah, he nailed both aspects. It was
When he was dressed up in his costume and like yelling at people, it sounded exactly like Batman.
yeah.
Dead on.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna like swear. This is my city.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got a couple of moments like that as
Yeah.
well. The supporting cast is all pretty good for the most part.
Fucking foggy.
Foggy.
Those line reads.
Yeah.
Not a great actor. I can't remember his name, but he's not a great actor.
Yeah, I think he was in like The Mighty Ducks or something like that.
Oh, that sounds really familiar. Now.
Yeah, he looks like someone who
Yeah.
was in The Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, he's not Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, he was not great, and that I think that boils down, as much as it does to the acting and the performance, a lot to the writing as well. I've said this to a couple of people now. He didn't really fit in this show.
Yeah, for sure.
And you said before, you said, they need a bit of comedic relief, but
A little bit.
do they need this comedic relief? Like, this is like Arrow and Flash comedic relief.
I said that it needed something, and that's his purpose, but it's wrong.
Yeah.
It's either too much or not quite the right tone.
They needed to change it to an MA-15 plus audience.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have a fucking stoner or something.
Yeah.
Do they swear in Daredevil?
No.
I don't know.
Because it's
Probably.
an American show,
Probably,
so they
yeah.
can't really.
It's Netflix. There's no rules, man.
Yeah,
They can do
right,
whatever they
yeah.
want.
Whatever they want.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I feel like they might have. I mean, if it's in America, it would have been rated R.
Yeah.
So if it's going to be rated R anyway,
So whatever goes,
may as well
yeah.
swear. Like,
Yeah.
Remember?
But that's kind of a good thing that we can't remember.
Yeah, it wasn't
Like-
like overly done.
So it was
or-
obviously natural conversation. It all fit, and
Yeah.
then nothing. Yeah,
Foggies.
it's funny.
except for Foggy. I did have a little bit of a problem with Vincent D'Onofrio, and he was fine. He was just I felt like kind of similar like you did with some of his line reading. It was a bit jarring. It felt like he was reading off the script, like they had it nailed to a wall in front of him.
I was
And
completely fine with him.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
liked
Like
him.
as a whole.
We're a bit more on par with that, where I thought that when he first got revealed, I really liked him, and then it sort of didn't grow from there. Like what you saw at the start was kind of what you got at the end.
Yeah.
And I kept waiting, especially being a Netflix show, like anyone who watches House of Cards, the main character will start off at a certain level and everything just escalates.
yeah,
I was waiting for the escalation and nothing happened. It
there
sort
was a bit of
stayed-
escalation around episode 4.
Yeah, I suppose, but there
Involving
wasn't
a car
really
door.
even introduced in episode 3.
Oh, it's more unraveling.
That's true.
So,
That's more establishment than escalation. Yeah.
and I just felt that it peaked at the start and never went any further. Whereas I felt like especially
most-
with Daredevil, he got more interesting
Yeah.
as the time went on.
I liked him. I liked his character development and
Yeah.
the way he was first presented as like this fully in control person, and then slowly unraveled as he found out more about his past.
Yeah.
He is just this small child, freaking out if someone gets hurt that he cares about, and just loses his cool.
Yeah.
He's not in control.
No, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true, and that's one of the things I really loved was the writing. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
his character was
Writing.
written very well. It was just
Yeah.
I don't know, he just didn't grab me with the performance, and I really like Vincent D'Onofrio, in Full Metal Jacket,
Yeah.
and even in I never watched Law and Order. That was
He was good in that.
he's so good. He made
Yeah.
that show,
Yeah.
like a show that
Yeah.
there's 3 or 4 of them running concurrently at the time that one was on.
Yeah.
He made that one stand out, and I thought he was really good in those two things. Mate, look, this might just be me managing my expectations,
Yeah, true.
going into it and going, I'm expecting nothing short of what I've seen him do before, and maybe he didn't
point.
quite get to that levels, but it's only season 1, so
And it was a really good first season. Like a lot of my favourite shows always stumble in the first season,
Yeah.
or the second season outdoes it so much more,
yeah.
which is usually a problem with
Kinda like
sci-fi.
Kind of like Arrow. First season is shit.
Oh, no, I'd say-
it's shit. It's drawn out.
I think it got
Yeah.
better in season 2.
I think that's general.
Yeah, a lot of people
And then I
say that.
stopped in season 3. I don't know
I think
why.
because when I watched Arrow, I sort of binged the first 2 seasons. I hadn't seen any of it, and then I just watched the first 2 seasons straight.
I hope everyone is enjoying our review of Arrow. It's pretty good.
It's a good point.
I think we've got 1 part Arrow to 1 part Daredevil at this point.
Here we get
Yeah.
there. It's like the best comparison though,
Yeah.
but it blows it out the water.
So yeah, I absolutely loved it. Definitely one of even the best first seasons of a show, let alone a comic book show altogether.
Netflix is good at nailing that. I feel like because they have to, because they don't do pilots.
Yeah, absolutely. They needed to grab you pretty quickly, I feel, and they did such a good job of it. They
Even
jumped.
the first scene, it's just him
Yeah.
beating bad guys.
Yeah, well, I think initially it's him as a kid, but they don't dwell. I thought we were going to get a whole episode on
Yeah.
him becoming Daredevil, but they sprinkle it kind of throughout. So
Those flashbacks are really well done.
yeah, even the kid didn't annoy me.
It's not done over the entire
I
season.
really like the dad. I thought
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was really
yeah,
good, especially
absolutely.
if you've seen the movie. It was a lot better.
the
Daredevil movie, yeah.
yeah,
His
the
dad in
relationship.
this was a lot better,
What you
yeah.
like? The movie you like, Brett?
Yeah, the movie that's not completely terrible.
Okay.
Completely terrible.
Yeah,
What about that weird park scene?
that's terrible. No, it's just I don't think it deserves the hate at cops. It's-
Everyone talks about the director's cut.
I've seen both versions.
Is
The
it
director's
better?
cut. It helps a little bit. I don't think it's a magical. If you don't like it, the
Okay,
director's
that's not
cut's
gonna-
probably not going to change your mind.
Fair enough.
But it helps a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved how it jumped straight in. I don't know, it was pretty solid. Maybe if they pushed that corridor scene, episode 7,
Yeah.
probably would have,
Yeah.
don't fire all your bullets in the first. But I guess, they got to hook people. You've got that kind of dilemma, but it was never bad, apart from Foggy. It was never, and even him.
Episodes was,
Which one? Oh, yeah, spoiler free still.
Right.
Well, look, I guess that's pretty much all we have to say. Probably most of the conversation will be about spoilers, so...
I do think one good thing to mention is, this is my opinion as well, is a lot of people will have binge watched it, but I also think it works pretty well episodic.
Yeah.
Like I think, and again I'm comparing it to House of Cards, but if I watch House of Cards, I need to binge watch that. I could quite easily, I think, watch an episode a night or an episode a week and it would still hold up.
Yeah, I kind of wish I
Had
watched it a bit slower.
Yes, as well. I think...
Because I watched like 2 episodes on Saturday.
Yeah.
And like...
I watched like 6 on Saturday.
I watched...
Friday night, actually.
Yeah, well, I had fucking really busy weekend, so I got to watch... I know.
This TV show, this Netflix.
I know.
This dude's social.
I really wanted to watch it. Like, I was out at one point. I'm like, oh, I don't want to be here. I want to watch Netflix. I kept talking about Netflix. Oh my god, Daredevil! You gotta watch Daredevil.
What the fuck are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes on Saturday, and then I watched like most of it. I think all but the last 2 on Sunday, and then finished it off last night on the Monday. But yeah. It was fantastic. It was, I can't give it enough praise.
Does it again.
Yeah.
And it's cool to have these like weekends to look forward to as something you know. But I don't think I've seen a Netflix show thus far that hasn't been really good.
Yeah, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Okay, I haven't seen that,
Yeah.
but I've been warned off.
It's garbage. It's garbage, but I get why it's there. They want to appeal to that sitcom crowd.
Yep.
That's the only thing they don't have on Netflix.
Sitcom crowds are idiots.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You watch a sitcom,
And
you're
now-
an idiot.
yeah.
I get why it's there. It's weird that it's on Netflix.
But they could have done like a smart sitcom, like Arrested Development.
Yeah, well, they did season 4.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah,
They did.
yeah.
There you
They
go.
did a great job.
Netflix, you're okay now.
Good job, Netflix.
Yeah, you're back on board.
Yeah. That's
Just
it.
stuck with that.
Yeah.
Instead of fucking just throw whatever goddamn bin and just
Yeah.
That's what they fucking did.
Oh, we need a gay black guy.
Yeah.
There's not enough
Just-
minorities in this show. Get a gay black man. Yeah, Kimmy Schmidt's not good
Yeah,
at
don't
all.
watch that.
No. Yeah, I thought it was great. So what we're going to do now, we'll probably split this kind of discussion into 2 parts, and we'll start talking about spoilers in the next video. So definitely check that one out. It shouldn't be too far off because we're recording it all at the same time. And check us out on Facebook and Twitter. We update that pretty regularly. So like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter. We'd love a bit of interaction from people just to see, what we're doing right, what you'd like us to talk about, and any videos in the future. So definitely check those out. There'll be links in the description below. Check out our spoiler-filled discussion on Daredevil, and thanks for watching.